Well, one of the most abundant natural resources we can't even see, but it may be key in reducing our dependence on foreign energy. Wind power farms are popping up across the state, and there's work underway to harness the wind for electricity and economic development. I sat down with Steve Stadler, who is working to develop wind cooperatives. So Steve, why does wind work so well here in Oklahoma?
Well, we have a lot of wind. That's the one thing.
That's a simple answer, yes.
Yeah, that's the simple answer. And we have a lot of open ground, a lot of land that is not heavily populated. And so you can put those turbines out there since we have wind and the places to put them. It does work very well.
You're part of a group called the Wind Power Initiative. Explain that to us and explain what's behind it.
Our funding comes through the Oklahoma Department of Commerce. We're part of the state energy program monies, and so we have a good working relationship, we think, with them. So it's a very neat thing. But we started this before there were any turbines, and frankly, some of the power companies were very leery about wind power. And now, again, the way it's come into Oklahoma has been just very, very rewarding. We're no longer to where this is a little tiny niche or experimental, something like that.
And since that time, we've seen some tremendous investment here in the state.
At the beginning of the year, and there's more going in now, but by the beginning of this year, we had about $500 million in the wind here in Oklahoma, in the utility scale wind, and so that's a lot of money on the ground. And to service that, you have to have operation and maintenance jobs, and people are paying taxes as a result of it and things like that. Landowners are getting some lease money, so there's some money involved. This is not a tiny little thing. This is big upfront investment and a fairly certain payout, actually. And my sources at the people running the places are pretty happy with the outputs. In other words, it's as good or better than advertised.
So if Wall Street is making money at this, if these big companies are making money at this, what about the little guys? Is there a way?
We hope for Oklahomans to own singly or in consortiums maybe, and do a little bit of what we would call distributed generation, where you're not putting as much energy in one place on lines, but you are putting it down some of the rural lines and out to the grid eventually.
From a business model, could we see something along the lines of the cooperatives that we see maybe in the farming industry?
Absolutely. This is certainly what comes to mind here in Oklahoma, because we have such a long history of the cooperatives, people getting together, pooling their money for some common good, and keeping the money in the state of Oklahoma.
And to see what these giant wind turbines look like up close, our Lisa Hines climbed to top. To see that adventure, head to our website and click on Value Added.